So in some papers, you may end up seeing a darker outline, and there they may ask you to show a thick and thin line. But there can be some questions where they may end up showing you only partially drawn or lightly drawn models, and they may ask you to outline it as thick and thin lines. So for example, same question as a previous dumbbell that I had shown, but here it says apply thick and thin line technique to model the gym weight. Now, obviously, the first thing you have to keep in mind is that the outer surface gets outlined, which means that for a light drawing like this, I will obviously have this, I will have that, I will have all of these lines to follow through to help the viewer know that all of them share only one common surface and the other one is not showing, and therefore these are to be thickened. So step one is that this outline gets thickened. Now if you notice here, you will also end up seeing only this side of the cylinder, not the other side, and therefore these two will also get outlined. However, this cannot be outlined because here you see that this side and this surface are common to it, and therefore you will let it be. Now over here, what will happen is, if you see from that point to this point, which is where the verticals are meeting, this much of the vertical only shows one side of the surface and not the other side. Similarly, that edge only shares the top surface, which is where the wall thickness of the pipe is, nothing else. You can take the same thing for the inside of the wall thickness over here, and you can show that too. So I'll show you this from a slightly closer view. So if you notice, the outside of the wall thickness on this side, you will not do anything to, because there the top surface and the vertical surface or the horizontal surface of the shaft are both in touch. But over there, the back gets curved because you don't see the back surface, you only see the top surface. So these are certain things that you will have to keep in mind. These are the smaller or the finer details that will get you that last mark, because obviously it may look easy and there may be some elements that bring all the difference. So that's one. Now I have two more here you can choose to try, so you can again take a screenshot. Here they have again given you a partially drawn image, and they have given you some surfaces or some common edges that they have already darkened for you, but some they haven't. So you see which ones they have darkened, and accordingly you try to rebuild the rest of it. Here is another question which is similar to something that I had already shared with you. So see what works in your favor, what doesn't work in your favor, and accordingly you can outline it. I have another two drawings again of a dumbbell. Let's see if you can try this one out. And along with this, there is another image of a partially drawn image. It looks like a stool, but it's also hollow between. So it could be something for storage purposes or a display side table. But this is another image for you to try.